Hi. Welcome everybody to Steve Baxley Sports Final. Forgive me if my voice sounds a little weak. I've had a little problem today, so it's not exactly in full voice. But we're going to try to get things in order for you tonight. In fact, let's get started. By the way, Nick Rakita and Drexel are on the air tonight doing what they do best, which is talk about news and stuff. And you can catch that at midnight Eastern. They're already on right now, so you'll be able to catch their little broadcast tonight. It's Lost Blanking the Interwebs, only on the Rakita Law channel here on YouTube. Okay, let's get to the headlines. And in fact, the big headline is both the American and National League playoff games, and we got the scores for you. Big night if you're Houston and the Los Angeles Dodgers, as both stave off eliminations. Tonight on the National League Game 3, Dodgers went wild. They beat the Braves 15-3, 15-16-0 for the Dodgers, 3-7-0 for the Braves. Atlanta leads the series 2-1. Urias is your winning pitcher. He's 3-0. Wright is your loser. He's 1-1. Urias, the pitcher for Los Angeles, he pitched 5 full innings, gave away 3 hits, 1 earned run, got 5 strikeouts and 2 walks, while Muncy, the first baseman for the Dodgers, went 2 for 4. Got 2 runs, a homer, and 4 RBIs. Game that just ended, the Astros beat the Rays barely 4-3, 4-9-0 for the Astros, 3-7-0 for the Rays. Tampa Bay leads that series 3-1. There will be a Game 5 tomorrow. Greinke got the win for the Astros. He's 1-0. Glasnow got the loss for the Rays. Presley for the Astros got his 3rd save. Greinke, the Houston pitcher, went 6 full, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, got 7 strikeouts and 1 walk, while Presley, on the other side of the darkness of Houston, pitched 1 full inning, gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Both the AL Game 4, the NL Game 4 tomorrow, and Game 5 for the American League will also be tomorrow. You can catch Game 4 on, I do believe it'll be on FS1 or Fox, and Game 5 of the AL will be on TBS. And that's a look at your Major League Baseball report. There we go. It's okay, guys. I'll be all right. Okay. In other news, the Titans swung a deal today with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll have that story in just a few moments. Again, my apologies for my voice. Okay, do we have the story coming up? No, we don't. Let's hit it, guys. Thank you. On the same day, Kamali Correa sent in his request to be traded. It was granted. On Wednesday afternoon, Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network reported that the Tennessee Titans linebacker was being traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jason La Canfora, the CBS Sports NFL insider, confirmed the report. According to Mart Long of the Associated Press, the Jaguars traded a 2021 sixth-round pick to the Titans in exchange for Correa and Tennessee's 2021 seventh-round pick. Correa was listed as inactive when the Titans took the field last night against the Buffalo Bills, and he was just recently activated from the COVID-19 reserve list. Still, him being inactive during the Titans' dominant 42-16 victory was apparently the last straw for a veteran, and he requested to be traded or released the following day. The 26-year-old Correa started in 5 of the 16 games he played in last season, and he recorded a career-high 37 combined tackles and 5 sacks. He was originally selected by the Baltimore Ravens in the second round of the 2016 NFL Draft and spent 2 seasons in Baltimore before being traded to the Titans for a 6th-round pick ahead of the 2018 season. He earned a 1-year extension this offseason after his career year, but other offseason additions put his spot in the pass rushing rotation in question. Now, the Titans went out and signed former Atlanta Falcon pass rusher Vic Beasley and also made the late offseason addition of Jadeveon Clowney. In 3 games this season, Correa recorded just 2 combined tackles. Now, Correa will come in and immediately serve as a veteran presence among the Jaguars' young but talented crew of pass rushers Josh Allen, Dwayne Smoot, Cleveon Chaisson, and Miles Jack have potential, but also have combined for just 5 sacks through the first 5 weeks of the 2020 NFL season. Okay, one thing we forgot to do, and that is publicize the fact that we are going to do the headlines first and get everything done, and then we're going to hit you with our big game preview, the what we're going to call the Monday Night Quarterback Wednesday night version, or Wednesday night special. And we'll do that immediately following our headlines. Another big headline from the Football League. It wasn't a good week for the Broncos. Denver Broncos running back Melvin Gordon was charged with driving under the influence by the Denver Police Department late Tuesday. According to court and police documents obtained by KUSA 9 News in Denver. Documents also state that Gordon was ticketed for speeding between 25 and 39 miles per hour over the limit at 5th Avenue and Spear Boulevard. The 27-year-old is expected to be arraigned in Denver County Court on Friday, November 13th. That's just 1 day prior to when the Broncos are scheduled to leave for Vegas for their Week 10 matchup with the Raiders that Sunday. Now, according to... Hi there. Can we get back up, guys, please? Thank you. 9 News' Mike Gillis. The police report stated that Gordon was pulled over for going 71 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. Once Gordon was pulled over, the report claims Gordon's speech was slurred and his breath had a moderate odor of an unknown alcoholic beverage. He was swaying. Officers also reportedly noticed his eyes were watery. Gordon then consented to a voluntary field sobriety test performed unsatisfactorily and was arrested. Paramedics also drew blood, and those test results are pending. Gordon is playing in his first season with the Broncos after spending the first 5 years of his NFL career with the Chargers, who drafted him with the number 15 overall pick in the 2015 NFL Draft out of Wisconsin. He signed a 2-year, $16 million deal with Denver in March. Through 4 games, the veteran back has totaled 281 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns, while also hauling in 11 passes for 45 yards and another score. Gordon is coming off his best performance of the season against the Jets in Week 4, rushing for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns on Thursday Night Football. Lawrence Broncos are set to face the Patriots at Gillette Stadium this Sunday, a game that was rescheduled from Week 5 after a number of COVID-19 cases hit New England. Okay, meanwhile, the NOLA Super Bowl got a new date to avoid Mardi Gras. The Super Bowl host changes. New Orleans moved from 2024 to 2025 due to Mardi Gras. Vegas reportedly has made a 2024 bid. Now, Orleans will have to wait an additional year to host its next Super Bowl. Originally slated to host Super Bowl 58 in 2024, the NFL and its owners unanimously decided to instead award that Super 5, and for good reason. The league decided it didn't want to contend with the massive Mardi Gras celebration in Crescent City. The two events now being on a collision course with the NFL's move to a 7-game season in the near future. That extra game pushes back the Super Bowl by 1 week and creates direct conflict with the timing of Mardi Gras in 2024. But not in 2025, when the citywide party is not scheduled to take place until March 4th. Hosting of the big game, Journal reporter Vincent Bonsignor, which would give this expansion city an NFL trifecta. If they can convince the league to give them the nod, currently enjoying their inaugural season with the Raiders, Vegas has already been awarded the next Pro Bowl, and due to the cancellation of the 2020 NFL Draft event due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, they've been given a mulligan for 2022. With this year's thanks to the same pandemic in 2022, only less than 3 months ahead of the draft. The league has thus far set Vegas up masterfully as an NFL city, and it's possible 2 years after hosting two of the biggest events in football, they could be home of the motherlode of all sporting events. For New Orleans, it's Party On in 2024 and Super Bowl 59 the year after. Let's keep going. By the way, we will do the Monday night quarterback with the exception of the Sunday night football game, which we've already done and reviewed, as well as Thursday night. Okay. Okay, we got one more bit of headline, and then we're off and racing to our football review. We knew it had to happen. Speaking with the media Wednesday, after announcing a positive result from his recent COVID-19 test, Alabama coach Nick Saban said he has not yet decided how much autonomy offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian will have on the sideline Saturday as he steps into an increased role. Excuse me. One more up. Thank you. With Saban expected to be absent from the game. With number 2 facing number 3 Georgia at 8 p.m. Saturday in the SEC on CBS Game of the Week. Not having Saban because he will undergo another test to confirm he is positive for COVID-19. But assuming it comes back another positive result, Saban will not be in attendance at Bryant-Denny Stadium for Alabama's biggest game of the regular season. It will be the first time since the end of the 2006 season that Saban will not coach a game. This one has serious implications for his pursuit of a 6th national title at Alabama and 7th overall as a coach. Now, Saban did shed light on why he tabbed Sarkisian to take on an increased role, pointing to the 46-year-old's experience as a head coach at USC in Washington. Sarkisian is the only member of Alabama's staff with Division I head coaching experience, aside from offensive line coach Kyle Flood, who went 27-24, leading Rutgers from 2012 to 2015. Sarkisian will also continue to call the offensive plays. Now, Sarkisian is in his second stint working for Saban. He spent the 2016 season as an offensive analyst for the program before working 2 seasons as offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. He returned to Saban's staff last season and is orchestrating an offensive attack that is second in the SEC in total yards through 3 weeks. Though Sarkisian will take on more responsibilities during Saban's quarantine period, Saban made it clear Wednesday that he is still the team's coach. He said he plans to, quote, have the exact same routine, end quote, for Thursday's practice, even though he'd be watching the practice live from home. Saban said, I didn't leave the country or anything. I'm just right down the street, and we have this technology, so it's really unique. And that's a look at college football right to the minute. Okay, it's 17 past the hour of 12. And I think we're done with almost all the headlines. Let's see if we got any media bites tonight. Of course, we got the scoreboard, but before we do all that, let's get you ready for the Wednesday night special of Monday Night Quarterback, as we take a look at all the games except for the Sunday night. All the games, including the Tuesday and the Sunday night ones. Right now, we're going to check if there are any reports coming up. Well, those of you, if you're ready for this, those of you looking for the 2021 Pro Bowl game, well, you might as well forget about it. This season, the Pro Bowl will not be happening. The NFL won't be heading to Vegas this January for the Pro Bowl. The league announced on Wednesday that while Pro Bowl voting will still take place among fans, players, and coaches, the game itself won't be happening. Instead, the game will be placed with what the league calls a variety of engaging activities, which truly isn't helpful at all. Here's a little chunk from the league's press release. Quote, the NFL will continue to recognize the players' outstanding seasons and welcome fans to demonstrate their passion for their favorite players when voting for the 2021 Pro Bowl roster begins on November 17th. The full Pro Bowl rosters will be revealed in December, where the players are determined by the consensus vote of fans, players, and coaches. Each group's vote counts as 1/3 towards determining the 88 All-Star players who are selected to the Pro Bowl roster. Additionally, the league will work closely with the Players Association and other partners to create a variety of engaging activities to replace the Pro Bowl game this season. This virtual recognition of the season's finest players will provide fans the opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of their favorite stars. The NFL and its Players Association's intention is to play a full regular and postseason schedule culminating at the Super Bowl, end quote. Now, no actual reasoning behind the decision was specified, but it's easy to piece together the logic. The NFL has been forced to postpone and reschedule several games over the last 2 weeks due to positive COVID-19 tests. And this week, Commissioner Roger Goodell talked about the league's flexibility in dealing with the pandemic. Canceling the Pro Bowl gives the league another week to play with before the Super Bowl in the event that the regular season needs to be extended for another week. This would eliminate the bye week between the end of the conference championships and the Super Bowl, but sacrificing the Pro Bowl to keep the Super Bowl on the same date seems like a small price to pay, especially considering many of the Super Bowl week events will likely be scaled down or eliminated because of the pandemic. As for the so-called engaging activities that will replace the game, how great can they truly be? Except if the regular season gets extended for another week, are we going to get yet another Madden tournament? I'm not exactly tingling with that excitement. Now, this year's Pro Bowl was supposed to air on ESPN with a simulcast on its network cousin, ABC. The 2022 Games Network still has not been announced. ESPN has had the rights to the game since 2015, but it will be held at Allegiant Stadium, the new home of the Raiders in Vegas, as this year's game was supposed to be. Okay. Let's continue with the headlines and the media bites. All right, here we go. Well, the Phillies, well, they're having their problems. And, well, this time it's another broadcaster. Teams across Major League Baseball have been making cuts in the front office and elsewhere across the league, and they likely won't be stopping in the coming days and weeks. The Philadelphia Phillies are one such team. And on Wednesday, longtime radio host Jim Jackson announced they're forward in such uncertain times, end quote, per Jackson's farewell letter to Phillies fans. Jackson joined the Phillies prior to the 2007 season, hosting pre- and post-game radio shows on the Philly Radio Network and occasionally calling play-by-play as well. He has also been the play-by-play voice of the Philadelphia Flyers for the last 2+ decades. Unfortunately, Jackson isn't even the first broadcaster the Phillies shed over the last couple of months. In August, dugout reporter and fill-in play-by-play broadcaster Greg Murphy was one of many cuts by the NBC regional sports networks. And while NBC owns the lion's share of NBC Sports Philadelphia, 75%, the Phillies own a significant part of NBC Sports Philadelphia, 25%. The Phillies are 5 years into a 25-year, $2.5 billion TV deal with NBC Sports Philadelphia, which included the ownership stake. And that sounds bad. And it did. Are the Tigers in that sort of a mood? Let's hope not. And by the way, it is now official. Amazon Prime will stream an NFL wildcard game. Wahoo. Meanwhile, viewership remains sluggish of the League Championship Series despite an exciting Tuesday of action. The Jets promoted a tweet hyping the return of the now released Le'Veon Bell. They aren't just struggling on the field, they're struggling everywhere else. It's a bizarre world after all. And that's a look at the mystical Media Bites headlines. And now, if my voice can handle it, we can do it. Maybe Wednesday, but it's time for us to give you a Wednesday night edition of the Monday Night Quarterback. Let's kick it off, shall we, guys? That's right, Monday Night Quarterback on a Wednesday night. And we'll try to make it short on account of my voice. So here we go. We have the NFL score. We'll get all the NFL, except for, we'll tell you everything that we can. We've already done the Sunday one, so there you go. Okay, let's close out week number 5 if we can, boys and girls. It is time for the Wednesday night / early Thursday morning edition of the Monday Night Quarterback. And we begin, well, we just have the box scores. Okay. We just have box scores. So let's do it proper. All right, let's get going. We'll try to get as much as we can. Buffalo Bills take on the Tennessee Titans. There we go. There we go. We'll get you the recap. And it was from Nashville, Tennessee at the Nissan Stadium. Let's give you the recap of this game if we can. Oh, good. And we have the recap. Guys, do we have a recap? We do. That is insane. We got to have a recap. Okay, let's just do with the box scores. Okay, we started the first quarter. Tannehill passed deep left, Tanner Brown for 16 yards, touchdown. And the point after by Goskowski was good. Okay, apparently we don't have the recap with us, so we'll just give you the box scores. Thank you. All right, let's give you the box scores. As we said, Tannehill passed deep left to Brown for 16-yard touchdown. Goskowski's extra point is good. 2 plays, 16 yards, 44 seconds. It was 7-0 Tennessee. Buffalo came back to tie it after Allen passed short middle to McKenzie for 3 yards and a Bass extra point. 15 plays, 76 yards, 6:43 time possession. It was tied at 7 after the first quarter. Then it became the second quarter. Henry up the middle for 1 yard touchdown. Goskowski's extra point was sweet as always. 7 plays, 40 yards, 3:05 time possession. It was 14-7 Titans. Buffalo came back with a Bass 43-yard field goal. It was good. 10 plays, 50 yards, 5:19 time possession. 14-10 Tennessee. Tennessee would add more to that as Tannehill scrambled right in for 10 yards and a touchdown. Goskowski's extra point was good, and at the half, it was 21-10 Tennessee. In the third quarter, Tannehill passed short left to Smith for 4 yards, a touchdown. Goskowski's extra point was good. 3 plays, 8 yards, a minute 16-second time possession. It was 28-10 after the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Allen passed deep left to Yeldon for 22 yards touchdown. The 2-point conversion failed. It became 28-16 in the fourth. And then Henry came back for a 9-yard touchdown. Goskowski's extra point was good. 11 plays, 70 yards, 6:03 time possession. And then to put the cherry on top, Tannehill passed short right to Smith for 7 yards touchdown. The replay stood, and Goskowski's extra point sure did. 6 plays, 18 yards, minute 50, time of possession. Final score, Titans 42, Buffalo 16. I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to sure give it a try. Okay, we're going to give this a shot, so please bear with. Okay. Chargers took on the Saints. Let's give you the play-by-play. In the first quarter, Herbert passed deep right to Allen, 17-yard touchdown. Bagley's extra point was no good. 9 plays, 80 yards, 4:33 time possession. Chargers up 6-0. Saints came back with a 48-yard field goal from Lutz. It was good. 5 plays, 18 yards, 2:41 time possession. First quarter ended 6-3 Chargers. Second quarter, Herbert passed short left to Williams for 4 yards a touchdown. Bagley's extra point was straight middle. 7 plays, 60 yards, 3:59 time of possession, 13-3 Chargers. Herbert once again passed short right to Henry for 3 yards touchdown. Bagley's extra point was good. 3 plays, 1 yard, 1:23 time of possession. It was 20-3 Chargers. The Saints came back Breeze up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. Lutch's extra point was good, and at the half, 8 plays, 51 yards, minute 45, time of possession. It was 20-10, the Chargers. Third quarter, the Saints started their comeback. Lutz with a 53-yard field goal. It was good. 7 plays, 40 yards, 3:25 time of possession. It was 20-13. We go to the fourth quarter. Breeze pass deep left to Cook for a 41-yard touchdown. Lutz's extra point was good. 10 plays, 99 yards, 5:02 time possession. It was tied at 20. San Diego came. Herbert passed deep right to Williams, 64 yards for a touchdown. Bagley's extra point was good. 4 plays, 78 yards, 2:02 time possession. It was 27-20. The Chargers took the lead. But then the Saints came back to tie it. Hill, quarterback, shotgun, right end for 9 yards and touchdown. Lutz's extra point was good. 8 plays, 73 yards, 2:49 time of possession. We went to overtime, tied at 27. Lutz field goal, 36 yards. Overtime winner, 30-27. The Saints over the Chargers. Okay. I'm just going to, instead of going through the box scores for every one of them, we'll just keep the mini ones going here. Texans Jaguars 30-14 was the final score. Minshew 301 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Jaguars. Robinson 13 rushing attempts for 48 yards, and Chenault Jr. with 7 receptions for 79 yards. For the Texans, it was Watson 359 yards, 3 touchdowns. Johnson 17 rushing attempts, 96 yards, and Cooks 8 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. There is obviously, we usually would give you the readouts, but the only thing they have up is the box scores. But because of time limitations, we want to get off the air at 1. So we're just going to give you the mini look again. Cardinals beat the Jets 30-10. Murray for the Cardinals, 380 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake, 18 rushing attempts, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Hopkins, 6 receptions, 131 yards, and a touchdown. For the Jets, Flacco, 195 yards and a touchdown. Bell, 13 attempts, 60 yards. Crowder, 8 receptions, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Steelers beat the Eagles 38-29. Wentz, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sanders, 11 rushing attempts, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fulgham, 10 receptions, 152 yards, 1 touchdown for the Eagles. For the Steelers, Big Ben was the man. Roethlisberger, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns. McLeod was an arresting figure. 2 rushing attempts, 63 yards, and Claypool, 7 receptions, 110 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Panthers beat the Falcons 23-16. Bridgewater with 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. Davis, 16 attempts, 89 yards. Anderson, 8 receptions, 112 yards for the Panthers. For the Falcons, Ryan passed for 226 yards. Gurley, 14 rushing attempts for 121 yards and 1 touchdown. Ridley, 8 receptions for 136 yards. Ravens over the Bengals 27-3. Burrow, 183 yards. Mixon, 24 rushing attempts, 59 yards. Higgins, 4 receptions, 62 yards. Ravens, Jackson, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ingram, 11 attempts, 57 yards. And Brown, 6 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Rams beat Washington 30-10. Goff with 309 yards, 2 touchdowns. Akers, 9 rushing attempts, 61 yards. Everett, 4 receptions, 90 yards for the Rams. For Washington, Allen, 74 yards. Gibson, 11 rushing attempts, 27 yards. And McKissick, 6 receptions, 46 yards. For the Raiders and Chiefs, 40-32, the final score. Raiders, Carr, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jacobs, 23 rushing attempts for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ruggs the third, 2 receptions, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Chiefs, Mahomes with 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. Edwards, Hilaire, 18 rushing attempts, 40 yards. Kelsey, 8 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. Dolphins beat up the 49ers 43-17. Fitzpatrick with 350 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Dolphins. Gaskin, 16 attempts, 57 yards and a touchdown. Williams, 4 receptions, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. For the 49ers, Beathard, 97 yards and a touchdown. Mostert, 11 attempts at 90 yards. And Ayuk, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Browns over the Colts, 32-23. Rivers, 243 yards. Taylor, 12 rushing attempts, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Hilton, 6 receptions for 69 yards. For the Browns, Mayfield, 247 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hunt, 20 attempts at 72 yards. And Landry, 4 receptions, 88 yards. We have 3 left. Cowboys defeated the Giants 37-34. Jones, 222 yards for the Giants. Freeman, 17 rushing attempts, 60 yards and a touchdown. And Slayton, 8 receptions, 129 yards for the Cowboys. Prescott, 166 yards. Elliott, 20 attempts, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lamb, 8 receptions, 124 yards. Seattle, a 27-26 victory. By the way, Cowboys 37-34. Seahawks 27-26 over the Vikings by 1. Cousins for the Vikings, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. Madison, 20 attempts, 112 yards. And Thielen, 9 receptions, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now for Seahawks, Wilson, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also had 5 rushing attempts for 58 yards. Metcalf, 6 receptions, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Finally, the Bears beat the Buccaneers by 1, 20-19. Brady, 253 yards, 1 touchdown. Jones, 17 rushing attempts, 106 yards. Johnson, 4 receptions, 61 yards. For the Bears, Foles, 243 yards, 1 touchdown. Montgomery, 10 attempts, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. And Robinson, 10 receptions for 90 yards. That is, for want of a better word, a low-budget version of the NFL Week 5, our sort of low-budget our low-budget, saving my voice version of the Monday night quarterback on Wednesday night. We'll try to get you the full lineup on tomorrow. By the way, week 6 is a bye week for the Raiders, Saints, and Seahawks. There is no Thursday night football tomorrow night on the NFL Network or Fox. So it's just your normal week. Due to COVID, the Thursday night football game was postponed due to COVID-19. Okay, folks, we're almost done. And believe me, I will feel a lot better, I hope, tomorrow. But thank you for bearing with me. Let's go to the scoreboard. It's 41 minutes past the hour of midnight. And right now, trying to get things going here. My cat Uno's worried about me. My mom's worried about me. I'll be all right, I hope, for tomorrow night's show. But here we go. We got the scoreboard up and running. We'll get you as much score as we can, and we'll end with some shout outs and make everything feel like we're actually doing something. So here we go. Let's take you on to this wild case of ours, if we may. This is the scoreboard in UEFA Nations League, Europe, UEFA Europe Nations League. France over Croatia 2-1. Denmark over England 1-0. Belgium over Iceland 2-1. Netherlands over Italy 1-1. They ended in a tie. Poland over Bosnia-Herzegovina 3-0. That's the same final for Portugal over Sweden 3-0. League B, Finland over Ireland 1-0. Wales over Bulgaria 1-0. Norway over Northern Ireland 1-0. Austria over Romania 1-0. Russia and Hungary settled for a 0-0 tie. Scotland over Czech Republic 1-0. Israel over Slovakia 3-2. Serbia and Turkey settled for a 2-2 tie. In League C, Lithuania and Albania settled for a goose egg tie. Belarus over Kazakhstan 2-0. Estonia and Armenia tied at 1. Greece and Kosovo a 0-0 tie. Slovenia over Moldova 4-0. And Northern Macedonia and Georgia ended up in a 1-1 tie. In the Euro League in basketball, Bayern over Maccabi Tel Aviv 85-82. Olympiacos over Olympia Milano 86-75. In overtime, CSKA Moscow over Fenerbahce 78-77. Real Madrid over Kaimiki 94-85. In the Euro Cup, Juventud Badalona over Bacacer 91-72. Lokomotiv Kuban over Letgabels 105-76. Unix Kazan over Partizan 93-70. Monaco over Antwerp Giants 96-64. Mornabar over Berska 95-76. Levallois a 6-point win over 86-80. Unikaja over Budenkos 91-87. Venezia and Borg were postponed. In Czech hockey, there was a postponement. Kesk Budovoice and Karlovy Vary were postponed. In Finnish hockey, Pelicans over Kuku 3-2. Vasen Sport over Tapara in overtime 1-0. And also in a shootout, penalty shootout, Hemirlina defeated Turku 4-3. Let's give you Japanese baseball if we can. The Rakuten Golden Eagles beat the Chiba Lotte Marines 4-1. 4-11-0 for the Eagles. 1-7-0 for the Marines. Chen got the loss for the Marines. He's 0-1. Wakui got the win for the Eagles. He's 11-3. Chunichi Dragons blanked the Hanshin Tigers 3-0. 3-7-0 for the Dragons. 0-6-0 for the Tigers. Ono for the Dragons gets the win. He's 9-5. Aoyigagi got the loss. He's 6-8. Nippon Ham Fighters over the Seibu Lions 7-2. 7-8-0 for the Ham Fighters. 2-5-0 for the Lions. Verhagen for the Ham Fighters gets the win. He's 7-5. Hamaya gets a loss. He's 2-2 for the Lions. The Fukuoka Silverhawks blanked the Oric Buffaloes 4-0. 4-7-1 for the Hawks. 0-5-1 for the Buffaloes. Yamasaki gets the loss. He's 4-5. Senga gets the win. He's 8-6. Yokohama Bay Stars over the Yakut Swallows 9-6, 9-12-0 for the Bay Stars, 6-7-1 for the Swallows. Ishikawa for the Swallows gets the loss. He's 1-7. Sakamoto gets the win for the Bay Stars. He's 4-1. And finally, the Yomiuri Giants beat up on the Hiroshima Carp 6-1, 6-10-0 for the Giants, 1-3-1 for the Carp. Takahashi for the Giants gets the win. He's 1-0. Endo gets the loss. He's 3-5. In South Korean baseball, the Doosan Bears defeat the Hanwha Eagles 2-1. 2-4-1 for the Bears, 1-5-0 for the Eagles. The Kiwoom Heroes defeat the KT Wiz Swan 5-3. 5-10-0 for the Heroes, 3-4-1 for the Swan. Lottie Giants over the LG Twins, 3-0, 3-10-0 for the Giants, 0-8-0 for the Twins. Dinos over the Tigers, 8-3, 8-10-2 for the Dinos, 3-6-0 for the Tigers. And the Samsung Lions over the SK Wyverns, 2-1, 2-5-1 for the Lions, 1-6-0 for the Wyverns. We have about 13 minutes left of our broadcast tonight. Again, my voice is just barely with me, but thank you for helping me just sort of get through this tonight. And let's say hello to Tess Broussard, to Brenda Kaminsky, Yuki Tanaka, Anne-Marie Mann, Jay the Brain Man, Matthew Nichols, Jerry Nichols, Nancy Nichols, Donna Payne, Zach Burton, Angela Peterson, Christina Peterson, Yvonne Marie, my friend Truth Martini. If you haven't read the Book of Truth, you should if you're a wrestler. That's a good book. Alan Oberoff, Ricky Pickrell, Amy Hayes, Frida Hayes, Morris Hayes, Stacey Hayes, Anthony Pickrell. Great that you're doing better, and we're glad to have brought you home. Randon Johnson, Harold Robbins, Chris Lewis, Chris French, Amanda Byrnes, Regina Lewis, Mark Wilson, Claire Flannery, referee Russ Kimball, Jamie Lynn Dauncey, Peggy Ann Byes, and Pamela Anderson Hunter. A big thank you. And to my friends, trying to we'll try to get through this, and I thank you all very much. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. Oh, thank God. Twitter, want to say hi and thank you to Mandy Summers, Wyatt Holiday, Peter Gilmore, all my friends on Charlie's London, John Madeline. How you doing? Come Geek Some, Hero Hay, Nick Ricada, Ty Beard. I want to say John Malin, Mandy Summers, to, as we like to call it, Ricada Media, Nick Ricada. I want to say big hello to Cheryl Atkinson, David Marquez. Also to Casey Lennox, all my friends on Twitter. Also want to say hi to January J. Keaton and Little Dixie, Brenda Dixon, hi. Karen Drew, Lydia Cornell, Casey Lennox, Kellyanne Collins, Eric Kostriva, of course, Ivy McKellen, Rebecca, The Real Deal, Linda Steele, Alex Sims, Audrey Dahlgren, Nick Mantis, Sherry Jones, Lauren Thompson, and that little bundle of joy she's carrying. Thank you, everybody. And Claudia Trejos. Also want to say a big, deep thank you to Dorothy Malone and to Courtney Lynn Elwood and to everyone on the gram, otherwise known as Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. And once again, my voice is shot tonight. I want to thank you all very much for helping me out when I needed it the most. I thank you, everybody, very much. I'm going to go and rest my voice. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, and probably after either the National or American League Championship Series tomorrow night. It's Game 5, and I think Game 4. But thank you, and we end tonight, as usual, by saying this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions for the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports in association with YouTube. For everybody here, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my lack of voice tonight. It's been a long day, and some things happened. Talk about it tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching, for caring. Blessings to all. No matter what sports you like, may your favorite team always come out as winners. Good night, America, wherever and whomever you are. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.